Today let's talk about the Ford-built race car that was so insane that even Henry himself wouldn't drive it. So many people don't know that it actually took 3 times for Henry Ford to get a company that worked. So to let you know where we are in the timeline, we're in the late 1800s and Henry Ford had just been let go from the Henry Ford Company because investors had completely lost confidence in him because he focused mainly on his racing career and not his business. This was actually the same reason why the Detroit Motor Company went out of business in the first place, so they were already seeing signs that there was trouble. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Henry Ford Company is actually still in business today. It's just after Ford left, they changed the name to Cadillac. So while Ford was cleaning out his desk and putting everything into a box, he kind of grabbed some plans for a race car that he was developing. So while Ford was checking out the help wanted sections of the newspaper, he decided to build that race car. So when he finally emerged from the garage, he had 2 brand new race cars. The first of which he had painted red and given the name 999. The second was a near exact clone of the car you see here, but it was painted yellow and nicknamed the Arrow. For the sake of this video, we're mainly going to focus on the 999. The name actually comes from a steam locomotive known at the time as the Empire State Express. It was the first steam locomotive to break 100 miles an hour under its own power. And as the name implies, this thing was a beast. The car was fitted with a 250-pound engine in a wooden chassis. It had no rear suspension. It had no transmission, and for the most part, it had almost a bicycle-style steering. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention, it was 1,156 cubic inch inline 4. That's right, Ford looked at cubic inches in this race car the way that many of us look at Parmesan cheese when it's being grated into our salad at Olive Garden. Yeah, keep going. More. Keep going. Did I say stop? More. So Ford being very clear with the potential of this race car, he didn't have a death wish, so he needed somebody who did.
He collaborated through the process with a guy by the name of Barney Oldfield. Barney had risen to fame being a bicycle racist. Wait a minute, that came out wrong. Barney Oldfield was basically the type of guy that would slap the devil if he told him that he couldn't do something.
So in short, he was perfect. It was said that when they finally took the car out and raced it around the track, Tom Cooper actually opened this thing wide open and was just flying. Now, keeping in mind this is around 1893, it was said that the car had about 70 to 100 horsepower. Keep in mind that when Ford was racing his race cars, they had about 26 horsepower. Let me know if you want a part 2.